pause. We pause for a second or two. This is episode 198, Last Minute Positioning. On Monday, in 4 days' time, we will officially enter a new era. On Monday, the American president will be inaugurated. And with him being sworn in, a whole battery of decisions will be implemented on a very large scale. And that day, now on Monday, is a day that we have anticipated for a long time. Both looked forward to and dreaded. The thing about sudden change on a large scale is that regardless if the change is good or bad, if the change is drastic enough, it will always be highly stressful. Even positive stress is stress. Even positive change is stressful. And now we are 4 days from that day. And what we are seeing now, both in our personal lives and in the large macro geopolitical arena, we are seeing many last-minute decisions being made. We are seeing many last-minute deals being made. We are seeing many last-minute changes being made. Personally, we might be in the process of finding our sort of final positioning, or we might already have recently made our final adjustments. Today's episode is called Last Minute Positioning. And what we're talking about today is that no matter who we are, no matter what we do, come Monday in 4 days, we will be positioned somewhere. We will spatially, socially, emotionally be positioned in a certain spot. So when Monday comes and this drastic change will start happening, we will be somewhere. In our lives, we will have made decisions that have put us in a certain position. So once the change, the drastic change, starts happening, it will happen unto us according to what positioning we have chosen for ourselves. And today we're talking about what is this positioning? And we're talking about some of the difficulties we are facing when making our decisions. The Polaroid for today's episode, the emotional skill from our framework that we are talking about today, is specific skill melody. Specific skill melody is part of our long-term situation. Our long-term situation is for our concern about our long-term future. And right now, in these last few days before this first day of a new era, all of us are thinking about our long-term situation. We're thinking about our positioning entering this new time. A specific skill melody is the reason why we do anything at all. Other ways of talking about our melody, our personal melody, is the music to our lives, the nerve, the substance to our life, the meaning to it, the purpose, the why. Why are we doing it? It is easy now, these last few days, to forget about our melody. It is easy to forget about why we are positioning ourselves. The stress is very high right now. The fears are many. And when we are so stressed, when we are so fearful that we are at the moment, we tend to make rash decisions that are not really aligned with our deeper melody. We are seeing many people now saying odd things. We're seeing people saying things that seem to go against their own best interests. We are seeing many people forgetting about their melody and instead making last minute positioning due to fears. And this is not what we do. What we do instead is that we make our last minute positioning according to our melody. And how do we do that? First, as always, as with anything we do, we pause. We pause for a second or two, and we think about what is up and what is down. And being aligned with our melody, our purpose, our meaning, our why. We are aligned when up is up and down is down. This sounds simplistic, but it is very difficult in practice. The other day, I had a feeling with one of my family members that something that was supposed to be up was down, and something that was supposed to be down was up. So we talked and said what needed to be said in order for up to be up and down to be down. We made our last minute positioning. In the moment, it was awkward. In the moment, it was an effort, a strain. Not too strained, but still strained. And before we talked, our shoulders were up, tense. And after we had reestablished up as up and down as down, then our shoulders came down. Then we felt relaxed. We did not need to perform relaxation. We did not need to act in any way. We just felt more aligned, more true to our melodies. This is our compass. This is our skill that we use this last few days before entering a new era. We pause for a second or two and think about what should be up that now is down, and what should be down that now is up. And could be that a small adjustment could make a big difference here. Could be. And this is also the compass we use when we study the news being reported now. When we look at some piece of news about a deal being made or some country or politician making some last-minute adjustment, we look for the person's melody. We look if the person feels aligned or not. This is what is long term, to be aligned. Long term and being aligned, being true to our melody, is not the same thing as success. Success is the superficial way of looking at it. Being aligned, living according to our melody, being up when up is up and being down when down is down. It can sometimes appear to be unconventional. It can sometimes look quite undesirable or mundane. It can sometimes appear boring. It can appear commonplace. And as we're talking about this now, we feel it, both inside of us and in the air. We feel that no one wants to be left behind. No one wants to be lonely. Everyone is fearful of abstract fears. Everyone is at the same time fearful of concrete fears. Everyone is confused and trying their best. So, we pause and know that we're almost there. Just a few more days now, and then we will deal with whatever comes then. When Monday comes, we do what we always do. We pause for a second or two and evaluate where we are standing. Evaluate our positioning. That's what we do. That's it for today. Thank you.